Hello guys, welcome back to where I'm remodeling the fire alarm room to hopefully make it better. So, this is part 3. Unfortunately, I didn't get the box I wanted. I just got a 4x4 box. Apparently, my grandpa said that's going to be enough, so now this is just where this is. So, the changes I have made is what's wired up right now. It's just a testing thing. It's wired up to that and what goes upstairs. So, if we head into the utility room, that's the wire that goes to all of the security wire and then goes to the upstairs fire alarm. So we have a system sensor HWL, that's what I would assume it is, right there, which is on a separate wire than the other one. So it's on technically like a separate circuit, but it's controlled by that same switch. So it's not you can't control it separately. So my goal for today is to use these Wago connectors. If you don't know what a Wago connector is, you stick the wire in here and then you close it on the wire. I think they're really nice, and wire nuts like destroy the wires, so I'm going to be using a bunch of those today as like terminal blocks and a bunch of that stuff for it. And the power's off for it, and then this is what controls the upstairs fire alarms and that strobe, that exceeder over there. And then this one, right now, it's only controlling this one. And then this one controls both of these. Eventually, I'll take this out and put in just like one of these boxes, because I have one somewhere. I don't remember where I set it, but let's get started. Now, the first part of this is taking out the existing wires that were temporarily set up with wire nuts, and we're replacing them with Wago connectors and putting the power cables in. I originally wanted to do the blue ones, but they didn't work as well, so I took them out, and now I'm using the red ones. So now I'm adding this Wago connector. I think it's a 5-1, so I can have 5 different separate circuits set up. And then I'm trimming the wires, because if they're too long, it doesn't really work. So I do want to show you guys how to use this. So you see these levers, you'll take them and you push it up. You might think you got it right there, but you don't. Push it to a 90 degree. Then you'll take, I did trim the wires as I said, because they're too long. Then you stick the wire in and then you push it down, and now you have a nice secure connection. And then you can take it off and it doesn't destroy the wire, which is really nice. Now the next step of doing this is pulling in the actual wires, and then basically I create different switch circuits for each set of horn strobe or notification appliance or indicator, whatever it is, siren, and then the initiating device. And I just create a basic switch loop so it keeps it on, or activates it when the switch circuit is closed. So I'd pull them in, and then I basically layer them behind those blocks so I have room for the next circuit. And then that single connector right there is basically what creates that loop and completes it. And then I pull more in, and then I put it behind the blocks, and then basically I keep connecting them. And these blocks, these terminal blocks, actually line up perfectly with the number of sets I have. And basically I just keep putting those single terminals, or the pair of 2, back in there to get make room for more, because eventually we'll need them. And the black and blue wire I will eventually use in the future if I need more terminals, but right now I don't. So that's probably what I'm doing in the future, and then I'm probably going to go test all the devices. I got everything wired up. Luckily I'm probably going to cap these off in case I need extra wires, but it looks like the biggest one they have on here is perfect for all of my connections. So let's just not worry about that. So I'm gonna do a test. I disconnected the upstairs fire alarm, so we'll turn this on, and then this should activate the strobe. Yep, yes it does. Okay, so now that that works, I'm just gonna go and test. Now, let me turn the camera. This device right here. Okay, that one's a little weird. I'll have to check on that one. This one works, and that one should work. Okay, I did go in, and I think this strobe just takes a long time to flash, so if I pull it, it takes like 5 seconds to start. So that was working. So now we're gonna go put on the cover to this. And I'm actually gonna go right now and test the smoke detector if it activates the wheel lock RSS. So that's also having difficulty. So the black wire goes to the positive, and the output goes to. So I did end up finding out what is wrong with the detector. So apparently it cannot really power other external devices like the RSS. So in the meantime, I just put a remote indicator that's low voltage. I think it's like 5 volts DC, because it's not made to have current going through it. It's just made to trip a fire alarm panel. So I just put that there. It's one of my EST ones, usually for duct detectors, but I have 3, so I'll just keep one there, and I'm not using the rest of them. So that's probably going to be it for this video. I did end up putting the cover on. I don't screw in the cover so I can just access it easily, but I did find out what's wrong, and I'll need to figure out where to put the box because it is a 4x4 box where the indicator is, or where the wires go to. So see my channel, check out Walk Test 2, which will be testing all of the devices.